На Херсонском направлении.
We are liberating villages one by one in the Kherson direction. We are fighting the enemy. Of course, he is trying to fight back. The numbers are roughly unequal. I think they use everything, starting with 60, 80 and 120 mm mortars, self-propelled artillery, tanks, copters. The invaders learned how to hand F1 grenade on them, an ordinary hand grenade that is hung on a copter. Flying up to their position, the copter monitors. In our case, it's the wooded area, to see some movement there. Then they drop the grenade.
Yaroslav is an infantryman. Prior to the start of the full-scale war, he worked as a videographer. But the events of February 24th forced Yaroslav to change the camera to a machine gun.
The war caught me during a business trip in Turkey. I work as a videographer in a football club, Krivbas. I was looking for every opportunity to return to my native country and protect my home. Thank God it worked out. I never regretted it. I am with my friends on my land. I protect my family and consider it my duty, not only to give life, but also to fight with the occupier for the freedom of Ukraine.
According to the servicemen, the current war is a battle of artillery and modern technology.
Modern warfare, quadcopters, artillery, aviation. Small arms in this war can be put aside, far on the shelf. It is enough to take a mortar, run and fire. Artillery works on infantry, artillery works on armored vehicles, artillery works on villages and civilians.
It happened at 5 o'clock in the morning. This crater from a Russian Iskander missile is located in a village just 2.5 kilometers from the front line. This is how the Russian army takes revenge for the advancement of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Kherson region. However, it does not fire at the positions of the Ukrainian military, but at the houses of civilians. We slept in the cellar and my husband had to go to work. It was at 5 o'clock in the morning. It banged so hard that even the cellar walls shook. That morning, Natalia and her husband were lucky. A Russian missile hit the village house of culture. Only the local library was destroyed, but no one was hurt. This is my official job. We work here in the House of Culture. Then I called the director. She said, "Come here because something terrible is happening." It flies to the fields, to the people's gardens, and the wheat burns, everything burns. We are afraid, we don't know what will happen next. We are afraid to mow. The guys really do not want to mow because everyone is afraid. How will you harvest this year? No idea. The Russian army bombards the fields with banned cluster bombs, which are scattered everywhere. As a result, crops are burning. In addition, they hate farmers' enterprises. This enterprise was fired upon by the Russians from the Iskander missile system. There was nothing military here. All agricultural machinery was stored here. They kept a combine, a tractor, and were engaged in agriculture. We will probably work as before, with hands and sickles. Well, what should we do? Sit and cry? Who will believe us? Let's hope for the best.
Guys, how is the situation? 450. Copy that. They entered our positions, passed the so-called grey zone and came straight at us in the wooded area, where our company was located. A quick short fight, a shootout ensued. They retreated. Artillery, 120 mm mortar, Grad multiple launch rocket systems, tanks, provided them cover. It helped them to leave.
The Ukrainian military is confident in the victory of Ukraine, but they say that the enemy should not be underestimated. The Russians are well equipped. They have an advantage in artillery and armored vehicles.
This is a well-trained army, although it consists of marauders and rapists, but they are really trained and know what needs to be done. They use drones, unmanned aerial vehicles, and then mortars. Small steps, but we are moving forward. This is good. But of course I would like to go faster and with minimal losses. First of all, you need to save personnel.
Unlike the Russian army, where people are often used as cannon fodder, the Ukrainian military tries to keep every soldier alive. Many volunteered to defend their land together with family and friends. Yevhen, with the call sign Rugbyman, is here with teammates with whom he has been playing rugby for almost 15 years.
They are my support in any difficult moment. Friends I've known for 10, 15, 20 and 30 years. My father is here too. He is a big support. When it's really hard, I have a reliable rear and support.
Despite the massive shelling by the Russian army using drones, tanks, mines and aircraft, the Ukrainian infantry holds on because they know exactly what they are fighting for.
Even if we do not talk about great global patriotism, everything is simple. They are our neighbors. Yes, they simply came to us. Every decent person had to take up arms on February the 24th and protect his family, his wife, mother, his child, or at least those who are close. The same applies to women and children who are currently under occupation in the Kherson region and cannot defend themselves.
Reported by Marina Stepanenko, Anastasia Zhuk, Alexei Drisov, UATV News.